Yeah, I used to have a different phone number. I'm the guy in Indiana.
Oh, okay.
Uh, well, I sing about fortune wheels. Do you like
Oh, no,
tarot
that's
cards?
a little bit. I wouldn't
I
say I'm
just
super
drank some
knowledgeable
orange
on that
juice.
subject.
I sing about tarot cards. I'll tell you the lyrics. The dude on the San Francisco Giants just hit a grand slam, but I think it was Harrison Bader. But I'll go ahead and it's advertising right now. This is a song about tarot cards written in 2014. And the idea behind the song was that if people aren't going to put me on satellite, then people should have some kind of like neat little thing or something like tarot cards. Venus, Jupiter, Mercury, and Mars are with Neptune in a sea of stars. I see the card of the fool in the moon while the singer sings a romantic tune. The lovers love and the singer sings. The fortune wheel turns while the hermit dreams. The cards are read to the king and the queen, and the candle light and the moon beams. The king looks and sees a wand while a frog hops in the pond. The crickets and the cicadas, they sing along. The sun and the moon are where the sun and moon belong. The empress and the queen, they get along. They both like the singer's song. They look at the cards in their hands. The painter paints with grains of sand. The cups of gold are filled with wine. The crickets sing while the moon shines. The planets turn, the stars align. The fortune teller reads their signs. Of the suits or cards, there are four kinds. Every good boy deserves fudge. Every good boy does fine. Of the suits or cards, there are four kinds. Every good boy deserves fudge. Every good boy does fine. The tarot cards are nothing new. What else is there to do other than sing about fruits and vegetables bringing knowledge? The crickets sing a romantic tune. The flowers are purple and the sky is blue.
Very interesting poem.
Yeah, I recommend getting the Salvador Dali tarot cards. Those are, well, my song's on sale for like $1 on the www.gbdguitar.bandcamp.com webpage. But the tarot cards are Salvador Dali tarot cards, and they come with a tarot card interpretation book. And it's a big book, and it has a page for every card with a picture of the cards. But it comes in a box, a purple velvet box set that actually has a deck of tarot cards with it. But there is a book that has every page of the tarot cards in order, and some Deutsch guy's interpretations in English, Deutsch, and French for every card.
Nice. Sounds comprehensive.
Yeah, we've been
How long have
getting
you had the
rain in
card?
Indiana. Not really much rain today, I don't think, but it's been raining some the past week.
Well, it's probably a good thing, considering it's getting pretty toasty. At least over here it is. Temperature rising over there?
It's stayed pretty much 70, 80 degrees, maybe getting down to 60. It might get down to 40, 50 or 40, 50 or 40 or 40 or 50. I don't know what that is in Celsius.
So, like at night it dips down pretty far?
It's pretty comfortable at night.
That's nice. Not
I
good
have
when you can
some
crush the snow.
I have some garden plants growing, like cilantro and Genovese basil and pinto beans and garbanzo bean chickpeas, bok choy, peppers, tomatoes, potatoes, watermelons, cucumbers, strawberries. I planted some eggplant seeds, shiitake mushrooms,
Wow.
calabash gourds.
To the smorgasbord.
Yeah,
That's good. Sounds like you got a nice like array of like vitamins and nutrients there. Vegetables. you like vegetarian or?
Oh yeah, I am vegetarian. I just got done being like vegan for 60 to 80 days or something, and I decided that I read about vitamin B12, and the only way to get that's through shiitake mushrooms or vitamins and or animal products, and I decided that I'd rather get my vitamin B12 from milk than eating a lot of shiitake mushrooms and vitamins. I wrote a letter to Congress and Senate and the president about how I'd like cows and animals to be treated better, though. I did that the first time I tried veganism, too. I haven't eaten a cow or pig since I was like 15 years old in the year 2000. I don't know what to do about cheese, though, because a lot of cheese has animal in it, and that's enzymes from the stomach of dead baby cows.
Yeah.
I
Do you like struggle like you particularly like cheese but don't like how it's made?
I don't really care if I have cheese anymore.
Okay.
I kind of like pizza. I just like knowing that I'm getting my vitamin B12 because you can have nervous system problems if you don't get vitamin B12. And speaking of the shiitake mushrooms, I started growing them on April 1st after watching the Super Mario movie. They've just started fruiting, and one or two just grew overnight last night.
Wow. Which Super Mario movie?
Super Mario Galaxy?
The newest one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched that yet. How was it?
It was it it was good. And then I went home and started some shiitake mushroom cake and watched the LA Dodgers, who have Japanese players. Shiitake mushrooms are a Chinese mushroom, but nukes do look like mushrooms. I don't know what the Earth was trying to tell people. I feel all drugs should be legal and people should decide just to use mushrooms.
Yeah, probably would be a better place if we were using those others. Trying to cope with reality.
I listened to the new Ziggy Marley album today.
Yeah.
He's been to Eugene. Oh, you aren't necessarily in Eugene, are you?
Mm-mm.
Where are you at?
No. I'm closer to the coast.
Oh.
Yeah. What you watching?
San Francisco Giants, and I watched the Chicago Cubs Houston Astros earlier. Usually I watch the Yankees, but the Yankees game was rained out today. I'm thinking about going to a local baseball game today. It's kind of overcast, though. I don't even know how they could see the baseball.
Might make it challenging.
Yeah. I kind of the other day I went to a crisis center, mental health crisis center, because I almost didn't call this number because it's so, I don't even like having to tell the story, but I got out of my car and I used a reusable nicotine vape, a refillable one, and it fell on the floor, or it fell on the ground, and I think that broke it, or maybe I just needed a new atomizer, but I was due for a new one. And I had bought 2 of those from the Vupu Drag webpage in the past, and they both came with batteries installed. So, I go to the local vape place, Cool Breeze Vapor, where I'm a regular, and I'm like, I want to buy one of these Vupu Drag vapes, one of the newer ones. So, I look at a $40 vape, and the lady's like, I don't know if these have batteries or not. And then she turns the vape over, and it's just like a little, like, some kind of action figure toy where you have to put a battery in. It just slides. And she acted like she couldn't open it. So I buy the vape, and I'm thinking, like, okay, maybe she just thought that was a display vape that didn't have the battery in it, and then she thinks it has the battery, and she's selling me something with a battery. So I go to my car, and I also bought some peppermint vape fluid, and, like, I filled the vape up, and it wouldn't turn on. I tried plugging it in, it wouldn't charge. So then I opened the battery thing, and it's easy to open. And there's no battery. So it's filled with vape fluid, and I'm just like, what am I doing? She didn't tell me where to get... She said some AZ, like a shady-sounding corner store, had batteries or something. Like, they couldn't sell batteries there. Maybe she was talking about something that's equivalent with Batteries Plus. I really don't know. I mean, their business isn't getting shut down or anything. But, like, she didn't tell me what kind of battery or anything, but I guess maybe she expected I could use the internet, but I was obviously confused, and I got a cash refund. And the vape was filled already. And I was just like, I thought she sold me a display model that they took the battery out of, and that's why I exchanged it. So I get like $80, I go to the bank. My bank's in Walmart, it's called Wood Forest, and there's like a regular countertop. Then there's chairs for new clients where they sit down and they give their data. So this Filipino, I think she's Filipino, was sitting at the table, and she's like, "Oh, I'll do your transaction from here." So I hand her my money and my identification card, my driver's license, and she takes it over a copy of an Arab passport that has Arab writing on it. Then I'm like, "Well, I want a receipt," and then she grabs the Arab passport at the same time she has my money in her hand, and she like gives me a receipt. She goes back to where she was supposed to do the transaction and gives me the receipt. And so then I go home, and I'm thinking, okay, I can just buy a vape from the webpage I bought my other two vapes from that have like that had batteries in them, same brand. And my card wouldn't work when I tried to buy one. So, like, I thought it was just the webpage, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to look up what kind of batteries these things need, and I'm going to go to Batteries Plus, and I'm going to buy a battery, then I'm going to buy the vape that I filled, and even if it's a display model, I can just put the battery in it. So, like, I go to Batteries Plus, and my card's declined. So then I drive home, and each time I drive is like 20 minutes. And it was like business hours, like after work hours, everybody coming home and stuff and leaving work or going to eat or whatever. And so I go home and I check my email, and Wood Forest Bank emailed me, and they're like, we need to approve a charge from Hong Kong, and it was for the amount of the vape that I tried to buy from the webpage. So I'm like, yeah, I did that charge. So then my card started working again, but the charge didn't go through, and they told me I'd have to redo the transaction, or try to redo the transaction. So I'm like, all right, my card's working, so I guess I'll go buy the vape from the vape store that I thought was the demo model, then get a battery, because I thought I found out what kind of battery I needed on the webpage. So like, I go buy the vape, and then I didn't have money in my account, but I didn't know that, but I went by Batteries Plus, and they were closed. So I go home, and I have a vape without a battery for a night. Then in the morning, I'm like getting gas, or I'm driving to get gas, and some trucker, car driver or some shit's like, blah, 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 he was trying to pull some weird shit on me because there's Mexican restaurants nearby. Like some Mexican wanted him to do something. So I'm like, I tried to explain that, as far as Mexicans go, if you're around a West Coast Mexican for, 3 days, then you're around these Mexicans, they sound like they can't even evolve to make mud pies. But they all probably know each other or whatever. So anyway, there's this dad near the library that's near the gas station while I'm getting gas right after that, and he has little kids, and I'm like, blah, blah, these Mexicans sound like they couldn't make mud pies. He's like, so can you show me a real Mexican? And I was all hung over from the night before and stuff. And I just thought it was obvious not to talk to me, and I screamed at him twice. I didn't scream, I was loud to them twice. And just told them to leave me alone, kind of like maybe a cat that didn't want to be bothered or something. And like, so then I'm like, alright, so I don't know if that was before or after I bought the first battery, because there's a battery that's the kind that the webpage says it takes, but it's not the kind that the webpage says, as the same name or something. So I had to get a certain brand of a battery with a certain name. And so I'm like, well, there's two batteries listed, and the one with this name didn't work. So I'll try the other one. So I buy that one, and I try that in Batteries Plus Parking Lot, and it doesn't work. Then I try the brand name of the other one. The first name didn't work, and like that one worked. So then I had a vape. Then I went to a mental health crisis center, and my blood pressure, they tested it 3 times, and it was too high for them to take me. And I didn't feel like going to the hospital, so I just went home.
Oh no.
So now I have a vape.
So now you have a vape.
Yeah,
and
nicotine's like a poisonous plant.
Now you have a vape
tobacco's
and high
like
blood
a
pressure.
poisonous
Hooray!
plant. A toxic plant, not necessarily poisonous.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, I'm just noticing we got a couple minutes left just to give you a heads up.
Yeah, I didn't know if I'd wanted to call because I'd have to tell that story.
Well, appreciate you sharing.
Alright, well, I'm
Hopefully
going to
get it off
go
your
ahead
chest
and
anyway.
get off the phone. I hope you liked my song, and if you want to listen to me, you can just search for The Flowers Are Purple and The Sky Is Blue.
Alright, well, I hope you take care, sir.
Alright, that was the song The Flowers Are Purple and The Sky Is Blue. Well, thank you for talking to me. The socialization's great. Have a good day. I like this phone number.
You too.
Do I have to do a survey?
Only if you'd like to.
I'll do a survey.
Alright, I'm gonna hang up now.
Okay.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for staying on the line to complete our short feedback survey. Based on your personal experience with the Oregon Warm Line, how likely are you to share this resource with others? A rating of 9 means you are very likely to recommend, 5 means unsure, and 1 means unlikely to recommend. Please use your phone's key